So if you own real estate of any kind, you're probably a little stressed right now. You're probably a little concerned about what's going to happen with COVID-19 going on. What if your tenants can't pay? What if they won't pay? Can they sue you, right? How can you survive what lies ahead? These are all questions I'm going to answer to you in this video post. So let's get right into it. So as owners, we're concerned about several things. One, obviously, if tenants can't pay, they lose their job. That's a major concern. Another major concern is, what if they just simply refuse to pay? They're defaulting. They say, I know you can't evict me anyway. Come get me, right? So we're seeing some of that as well. The question is, how big is it going to be? What is the extent of both of those going to be? So here's what you can do to mitigate this, and here's what we're doing, and a lot of our other operators are doing to mitigate all this risk. Number one is communicate. This is probably the central message here entirely, is communicate. Communicate with your tenants about that the rent is still due. Okay, rents are actually still due. Maybe even consider incentives for your tenants to pay on time. We're sometimes offering gift cards or raffles, depending on the situation as well. Also, educate them and share resources with them about what's available to them. For example, how to file for unemployment, how to receive their tax refunds, how to receive any kind of a COVID checks from the government, or if they're contractors, the paycheck, the PPP program. What employers are hiring, right? There's a lot of employers who are hiring. Many people are laying it off in a fire, but there's others who are hiring, right? Anything you can do to help your tenants. Number one, actually, you are serving your tenants in a very difficult time, but also you're ensuring that people are paying their rent. Now, what we're seeing so far is that people appear to be paying their rent with the available money that they have. So we're less concerned about strategic defaulting. This is not for every single property, but in general, if we look across our portfolio, that seems to be the trend. So people are trying to do the best they can. They're paying their mortgage. They're paying for the roof. They're making darn sure they're not going to lose the roof over your head, even though in many states we're actually forbidden to evict anything. So that's kind of the good news. But communicate with them frequently, working with them. Okay, so if they are in a difficult situation, you reach out to I got laid off. Work with them. Maybe possibly redo the lease with them, or spread out the payments over a certain period of time. So in other words, being more flexible than we would otherwise be. Otherwise, we might be a little more heavy-handed. There's a certain process. There's hundreds and thousands of units that we manage, and we might just say, well, here's our process. We're sticking to it. Now's the time to kind of bend, quote, our process a little bit to be a much more accommodating in these difficult times. So really serving our tenants in this difficult time is really, really key. Now, from an operational perspective, okay, the one that's key in any kind of recession, certainly this is one of these situations, you'd never want to run out of cash. So you want to stop any kind of non-essential repairs, okay? So replacing that countertop, you know what? Let's just ride this out. Replacing that carpet or flooring, let's just wait. So essentially deferring any kind of non-essential repair or CapEx projects, freezing those things because you might need the cash. Number two, consider not distributing any kind of distributions to your investors if you have them, or if you're normally used to taking money out, leaving them in the property because you don't know if you need them. Consider taking care of some of the subsidy programs that are out there. There's SBA loans, there's a PPP, there's forbearance programs. Just make sure you work with your professional a lot of these things before you do that. But there are a lot of programs out there that can help business owners, and we certainly are one of them. But not running out of cash right now is super, super important because, yes, our income is going to suffer. How much? We're not exactly sure. But my experience from the last recession is that you never want to run out of cash. If you have cash or liquidity of some sort, you can ride out the storm because we know this is going to recover. We know that if you're in Class B or Class C type assets, there's always going to be demand. They're not building any more affordable housing. It's very, very difficult to do because the construction costs are so high. There's always going to be demand. But how long are we going to have to go through this valley to get to the other side? You need cash to get through it. And so my advice right now is make sure that you have enough cash. If you can get any kinds of line of credit, make sure you secure those, anything you can, just in case you have it, because the worst thing that can happen to you is to run out of money. So there you have it. Really, is two things: serve your tenants. Okay, in so doing, you are serving yourself. Just do the right thing. and really watch your cash. Get really tight in your operations. And the good news about that, if you do that, once we come out the other side, your operation is going to be even better. So, we're going to get through this. It's going to be a little bumpy. However, having said that, I think there's going to be some really, really exciting buying opportunities coming out in Q3 or even before then. We're already seeing that right now. In fact, we're pursuing a deal right now. And my advice on the buy side really is to make sure that if you could put a deal on a contract, I'm not opposed to that. There's some people who are saying, I'm just going to sit and see what happens until the dust settles. That's fine. We're a little more proactive. Just make sure that you protect yourself. So make sure the due diligence period is long enough. Make sure you have a financing contingency in there. Make sure you don't put a deposit down hard day one. These are all things that we were seeing, I don't know, a few weeks ago, that we're no longer seeing right now. If seller wants to sell, they have to put up with these kind of terms. So we're actually seeing some really, really exciting buying opportunities. Just be cautious, protect yourself. If you do go into contract, make sure you have an out if there's a major reduction in net operating income. But I think we're going to become better operators through this. We're going to have to tighten our belts. We're going to have to pay attention to our cash, where our money is flowing, and we're going to be better operators for it, and we're going to have some buying opportunities as well. Hope you found that useful. We're going to get through it. Stay calm and stay positive and keep moving forward. And while you have the opportunity, make sure that you build up your network and your support structure. And because of these times, we've actually opened up our Dealmaker Mastermind to everyone and made it super affordable. It's like $49 a month. It's an online community. It's several hundred people right now. It's a great way for you to ask questions and to connect with others. And my advice is to form these little masterminds. And we've had many, many groups already formed in the Dealmaker Mastermind. And take those off and form your own mastermind. Really connect with other people during this time. Build your support network. I can guarantee you're going to find partners by doing so. You're going to have people who bring you deals, people who bring you money. So to find out more about that, go to themichaelblank.com/DMM for Dealmaker Mastermind, and hope to see you in the mastermind. Hey, and before you leave, make sure you subscribe to my channel below. We put out videos every single week, and you don't want to miss it. Also, if you haven't done so already, grab my free ebook here, okay? It's a secret to raising money to buy your first apartment building deal. It's a good one, so grab that. And hey, check out another video.